Very good morning, my dear student. Today, I'm going to discuss about the database management system using Access. So, under this particular topic, the subtopic that I'm going to discuss is implementation of forms in a different ways. That means how can you implement a form after creating a table, after doing some queries, how can you implement a form in a database table? So implementation of the form in a database table. What is a form? Form means what? That is a particular descriptions of your data that you have given. That means it is a format, it is a form where you can find the data has been entered in a more convenient way, or you can directly enter the data in the form also, isn't it? In a more convenient way, in a more convenient perspectives of your work, you can make the form in that particular way. That means when you create a form, you can design it in the way that you want in your database and make this sense to you. Okay, so in this lesson I am going to teach you how to create and modify the form. That means creation of the form and different pattern of creation of the form, and how we can do the form, that I am going to discuss in this particular lecture. So creating the form, how to create the form. So in an Access, you find it that after you do the table, that means before doing the table, generally we don't do the form. After you do the table, or after you create the table, after creating the table, the easiest way that we find, that is to make a form. Okay, the form is a particular format in which you can easily insert the values also. Okay, it will let you to insert the value, as well as it will help you to see that how the database table is. That means what the thing you have added and what you are newly adding to it. That means there is a design control combo box. So you will find a design control combo box. So what to do and how to do. In the navigation panel, you can select the table you want. Okay, from the navigation panel, you can select the table you want and you can create the form, and you need not to open the table. So no new table is required to open. The existing table, the table which you have created, in that particular table only, you can create the form. Okay. So as you can create the form, as what we have said, that in the existing table only you can create the form. So what to do? First and foremost, you have to go to the create tab or create menu. So where is the create tab? After the file, there is a home. After the home, there is one tab or one menu. What you can say it, this is a create. Okay, so after you click on create, you will find that there are the different type of sub menus are there. What is that? Templates, tables, queries, forms. So where, what you want to do and which thing you want to apply, that you need to be very clear. So we want to do the forms. Okay, so we want to do the form. So what, where you will going to find the form? Under this particular thing. Okay, under this particular thing you will going to find a form. So here it is, the form is. So I have kept the cursor here. You can see here the form is here. Clear? After the form is here, what you can do, you can click on the form. As you click on the form, you can find it that the tables what existed. See here, category, customers, menu items, order items. So those are the different table what existed in the database. That means in a particular database, what has been created under that, you can find there are the different type of what tables existed. That means I have created different pattern of tables. So those the different pattern of table, under which table you want to do the form, you can select that particular table. Clear? So you can see it. This particular section is highlighted. That means this particular table is selected. Okay, as it is highlighted, this table is selected for the work. Now, after this select is done, then what you will do, you can find a layout view. Now, let us discuss about the layout view. What is this layout view? Layout value is that pattern of value where you can find that all the particular column name that you have given, isn't it? That will be there. With it you will see one box will be appear. See at the first ID, with this ID you can see one box is there. This portion is at present working, so it has been highlighted in orange color. Clear? There is a first name, there is a last name, there is the street, state, zip code, so many things, email address, phone number, city. So how you're going to find? If you scroll it, that you know very nicely that if you scroll it from here to there, you can see the details, isn't it? So this is how you will going to get the different layouts of the different tables. The tables that you are selecting, that particular table layout you can see from here. So in this table layout, if you want to do any changes, that also you can do and you can apply on it. So this is what is your layout. So see here which table I have used. I have used the customer one table. So this is my table, customer table, isn't it? So as this is the table, in this particular table, what you can find it, the layout is been shown. So after doing all these things, after doing the necessary changes, all these things means after doing all the necessary changes, what you can do, you can go to the save option. Okay, as we know, we whatever the work is, we need to save it. So you can go for the save option, the save command on this. That is a quick access toolbar will going to come, and when you have typed the name of this form, see this is the window. This particular window will open in front of you, and as this window will open in front of you, you can type the name of it, and after that you will press on OK button. Okay, so after you press on OK button, what will happen? The thing will be saved. That means this is the one way that how you can save your work and how you can work with the particular form. Clear? Now about the subform, what do you mean by this particular subform? So if you create a form from a table whose records are linked with another table, listen it very nicely. What I said, that if you create a form from a table whose records are linked with another table, your form probably increase or it will include a subform. So a subform is a database form that display link record in the table-like format. Okay, that means if you have another table, suppose two tables are joined. So when two tables are joined, what you can find that when you are doing a query, you can find that another table data value what is there that will be correlated dot this dot customer dot student. So all these things what you can find student dot name, student dot item, customer dot name, customer dot item. So all the thing what you can find that will be in a particular order form. Okay, so this is how the thing will be there. Now, when you will going to have this particular format, probably we don't include the subform. Yeah, that is true. Probably we don't require the subform and we don't include the subform because we just want one particular thing to show. Okay, customer form. Suppose I have to selected the customer. You have seen it. That customer table when I have selected, I didn't call any subform. Okay, so you did not need the subform. You can easily delete the item. That means you can delete the item from there. Therefore, we don't require the subform. So subform is what? This is the particular thing. What is your subform is? Okay. Here you can find the thing is suppose it is linked with another one. Clear? So this particular thing is linked with another one. So when it is a linked with another one, you can see it that there you can do the subform and you can work with this particular subform. So in this particular subform, what you can find it that it is quite helpful also often. So why it is helpful? Because we can find that we are depending on a particular table only, but when we have a subform, that we can have a different options are available with us. Clear? So subform is an information about the customer. Suppose I want need the information about the customer. So what the customer has purchased and how many money he or she has given, or what are the categories, whether it is single or what pattern. isn't it? So single or not single, that means it is a dozen, isn't it? So what is the particular thing is that the particular thing what we find it, that this particular thing you can find that will be used in particular subform. Now adding the fields. Suppose if you want to add some fields. Now you have created the form. In that particular form, you are not satisfied with it. You want to add some form. Then you have to again go to the table, and then you have to again go to the design view. And after going to the design view, we have to add the form. So instead of doing that, what you can do, you can add the particular field in a form. So how to add? You can select the design tab. Okay, after selecting the design tab is from where? From the tool group. Here, from the tool group you will find it, and then you will going to find what? Add existing field. So this is what the design menu. Under this design menu, there is a sub menu known as a tool. So under this tool, what you will going to find? There is one thing known add existing field. So if you want to add some more fields with it, isn't it? If you want to add some more field with it, that also you can do with this particular thing. Clear? So you can find it that there is a field list. Okay. So in this field list, what you will do, you will going to select the particular field. See here, these the particular fields are there. That means ID, customer ID, name. Now what you need to select? What you need to select, the thing you need to select, that you click on it, that will be appeared here. Okay, so you can also use the above procedure, that means this process of adding the fields, okay, totally in the blank form. If it is a blank form, that in that also you can do this particular thing. Clear? So simply you can find it that create a form by clicking on the blank format command, create a tab. And when the following, you can do the following steps, and you can work on this particular following steps. Okay. Now to add a field in the different table. How to add? So you can add the field from the different tables. That is the different tables, as I have said you earlier only. That if you have a different table, you can work with the different table. You can join them. So from a field list, that means you will go to the field list. This is the field list. In this field list, what you can find? That field list, click show all tables. As soon as you click on show all the table and along with that field will be shown. So this is the customer which on which I am showing the work. This is the another one, isn't it? This is the order table. So in this order table it has got its details. So this way you can go and you can select which field you want, and under which field you want to do the particular work. Clear? So this is how you can add it. This is how you can make the particular thing accessible. That means not only in that way, not only the table that you are working, you can also call, you can also bring the other tables, but that should be within that database. It should not be outside the database. Okay, so what you will do, click the plus sign next to the tab. There is a plus sign there, you will find a plus sign. Click on it, a drop down menu will come. So from the drop down menu, you can select whichever table you require and whichever column you require from that particular table. Okay, so from that particular table, whichever the column you require, whichever the part you require, you can select that part, and after selecting the part, double click on it. Obviously, you will double click on the field. Suppose this first name, or suppose this customer ID. The cursor I have put in customer ID. Suppose this customer ID. So what you will going to do, you will take the cursor here and you will do the double click on it. So as soon as you do the double click on it, you will see this particular field will be added in your existing list. Okay, that means existing list means the form that you have created where you want to add a new column, right? Where you want to add a new column. So this is how you can find it. The thing can be done. So this is the way, this is the particular form that we can use the list and we can work with the list. Okay, so list in where? List in the form. That means creating a form with a different type of options that are available and different types of what pre-formatted format that has been given to us. Clear? So this is how you can use the form in your query, use the form in the table. Okay, query also, you can use the query also. Here I have selected the tables. If I don't want to select the table, I want to do from a query. As soon as you do the field list there, along with this, the your name of the different queries also will going to come. So you can select the query on which query you want to create a form. Then you can add the fields and etc. All the thing you can do in a details. Okay, so this is what you can do. So thank you students, I am ending my session here. This is what we have learned in this particular session, that the first steps or the first stage is how to work with a form in a database.